Tonight's the theme is rubs and salads, summertime salads. So, I have a few different salads that we're going to prepare. We're going to taste, we're going to eat, and then even more salads that we can play around with at home. In front of each of you is a packet of every recipe that you take with you tonight. We're going to get through a lot of them, and if you want, there will be a few for you to try at home as well. So, anyway, and really, so it's going to be in two sections. We're going to start by doing a few salads, talk about how we make a vinaigrette, talk about using fresh herbs, talk about that kind of stuff, and how we marinate things, what kind of vegetables to use, what time of the year to use them, those kind of things. So we're going to start with that, and we'll go from there. So, any questions so far? Any questions from last time? That way, if we were thinking about anything, okay. All right. Well, if you want to go to page 1, or the first salad here, I thought we could start off by making, this is one of my favorite salads. I love this salad. And I thought for this time of year and what we're able to get here at the club, it's just a really perfect salad for that, as far as what we can get. It's called a pious Athene salad, and it's basically just, a marinated tomato, olive, fresh herbs out of the garden, and cheese on the Greek side of things, flavor-wise. So it's really good, really good, good fresh quality ingredients. And
hey chef, I don't see any feta cheese in there.
I know, it's actually garnished with it. I forgot to put it on there. So, yeah, there needs to be. You're absolutely right. I was looking at it earlier. I'll just have you write it in. 1 pound feta. All right, but anyway, what we got here is, this is kind of neat. We have a farmer at the club that comes and does all of our lettuce. So all the lettuce we buy for our salads and everything at the club is purchased through this farmer right here in New Carlisle. So now he's branching out. He's able to do cucumbers and heirloom tomatoes and such. So these are some of the tomatoes. I'm gonna put a pile of them out here.
And don't give any to her.
Just so I can try them, or if you want to look at them or pass them around.
Have they been washed?
They're just, these are all clean. They're all clean and ready to go. They're beautiful. Just look at the different colors of them. You got like a purple, you got a red, you got a yellow. But anyway, it's just a really neat thing. And we're getting to the point, where hopefully, we'd like to get to a place where we can just buy everything. We can buy our beef, our chicken, everything. So we're getting there. So anyway, we're going to start off by just these tomatoes, those nice, beautiful heirloom tomatoes. And I already have them chopped just to save a little time, but I'll kind of show you what I did. It's very simple. You just got to take a tomato, cut the end off, and cut it in half. So you just kind of want to leave them whole. They taste really good on their own, so I think just having them is the best way to go. If you minced them up, it would be a little more like a salsa then. So, all right, here I got some fresh oregano. And I'm just going to put a little of that in there, and this is parsley and chives. So I'm going to put a little of that in there, and we're just going to lightly toss it up with the herbs. Okay, and scallion. We're going to take a little bit of scallion here and just kind of rough chop. I always take the ends and kind of discard those, and then I just kind of do nice bias cut scallions, and just a few of them kind of just in there, like so. These pickled onions. This is something that's not on the recipe. I just thought we would try, because this is something I just thought I would try to play around with on the recipe. So we have some pickled Spanish onions here. So we're just going to take some of those. Just put a little of those in there. The yellow onions, just a yellow onion is just called a Spanish onion. Your bigger regular onions you buy in the store, that's really a Spanish onion. That's what we call them, at least. There's probably a million names for them.
So I'm kind of a lazy cook. Why is it so much better to have fresh oregano versus the kind that's in a
Well, like a dried, for instance. Well, for one, a dried, in order for it to even be worthwhile or worth flavors, you got to heat it. You have to release the oils in the dry herbs to get any kind of flavor out of it.
So if it's gonna be in a cold
It's,
salad,
if you just throw
Forget
cold, dry, you're not going to get anything. Now
Oh,
you
okay.
might, if you put,
Alright.
say, a real like strong acid, like a vinegar, a wine or whatnot, after a few days,
It'll
it
wake
might
it
pull
up.
it out.
okay.
But you got time, on that. So I mean, so
Okay.
fresh is always better. You get the instant flavor.
Okay.
That's a big reason
Okay.
for it. Okay. So anyway, we've got all these fresh, quality, great ingredients here, and then we're gonna just take some fresh lemon and just squeeze it over the top.
Does your farmer sell these tomatoes retail?
No. Unfortunately, he's not quite big enough yet. I mean, he's got us, and that's it. So it
Yeah,
works out well
you
for
didn't want
us.
to tell us where you
I
live,
don't want
right?
to know. I mean, he's
It's like a good babysitter.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
he's
no, it's just neat that we have that here in Clark County. It's just nice.
So with the herbs, is it the same way? Like if you grow them in your garden and you dry them yourself, does it still not have the same flavor?
Well,
because
yeah,
it's
it'll have
dry?
the same flavor. If you dry them yourself, you're just basically doing what you do in the store or when you buy it.
Okay.
Like if you dehydrate it that way, you'll have to heat it
You'll
in
have
order
to
to
heat
get
it. Okay.
any flavors or anything released out of the dry herb.
Okay, I didn't know.
So, so that's kind of the difference.
So,
Like now if you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
bake and put it on, like say some butter and herb, like garlic bread with parsley,
Mm-hmm.
it'll work because the
You're
butter will
heating
heat it up and give you some flavor that way. So,
Gotcha.
so that way you can do it right away, because you're heating it and you're using it from its dry state. So, all right. Anyway, so we've got that ready to go here, and then what I'm just gonna do is we'll just pour this. Actually, we'll put. Forgot one thing, my olive oil. And we use an extra virgin olive oil here. I love it. They say, people in France, they use butter. Well, people in Italy use olive oil. So I just put a little of that in there, and we're just gonna kind of mix it. And then this just kind of gives it a nice, easy, simple flavor with lemon and herbs and onion. And it would get, got a little bit of this here. We've got, this is actually an Asiago cheese. And just kind of mixed in. And one more time. See that. If you want to add to the recipe, it'd be about 3 ounces of Asiago cheese shredded. I'm sorry, I did not incorporate that. And then we're just going to place this in a bowl to eat.
So, Chef, all these other things that you have listed, the other things like
Yeah.
the Asiago and so forth, are all optional.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, they're optional. I mean, in this sense, you could use almost any cheese you wanted. I would recommend maybe a harder, a drier cheese, not like a wet cheese, like a goat cheese or something like that. It's going to kind of disperse throughout the tomato. So you'd want to use like a harder cheese, an Asiago, a feta. A blue cheese would be really good with this. With the lemon, a blue cheese would be really nice with this. So I mean, yeah, optional would be definite. And I thought maybe we could all taste this if you wanted. We'll get you some.
Yeah.
Start off by passing this around, and I'm going to get you some plates. I don't know why I don't have. For instance, we used to have that on the menu here. You folks ever had it, Tabbouleh?
Oh, yeah, I love it.
And it's just a wonderful Mediterranean style, another fresh, summery, awesome summertime salad to serve. Summertime salad to serve. See that? But anyway, that's a good one to try at home. We all know what bulgur wheat is, and that's the main ingredient in it, whatnot. You can find it pretty much any grocery market, That's really the key ingredient. What's great about it, what I like about it is just it's healthy. It's olive oil, it's fresh, it's something I really enjoy.
When you make that tabbouleh salad and you use the bulgur wheat, which we call biddable,
What do you call it?
do you soak it first to
The
make
bulgur
it soft?
wheat, we rinse it.
Rinse
Rinse
it
it in
till
cold
it
water.
gets
What I
soft.
usually do is we have what we call a china cap, and we do this with any legume or dried dried vegetable.
Okay.
We put it in the china cap and just run cold water over it.
Right, and it becomes
It kind of
clear.
releases
Yeah.
kind of its starchiness. I don't know if you'd even call it starch, maybe it's not even that, but it releases some of the,
It's also clean.
yeah, it does. You know, and you should sort it and you should look
Yeah.
through it too, because sometimes you never know what you can find in those. So I mean, really, I've heard people finding pebbles, you know, not going through the lagoons, so you gotta look out.
Thank you.
But anyway, so do we have any questions so far, you know, on the bulgur wheat or anything along that line for the tabbouleh? Caesar dressing, I thought this would be a good one to share with you folks that you can definitely try at home. You're doing a nice, you know, dinner party. This will make about a gallon of it, so I mean, it would give you a lot, you know, and you can make it, you know, have it for, you know, quite a bit, share it with friends and whatnot. But this is our house Caesar dressing. Most Caesar dressings you see are made with eggs, right? You know, egg yolks is a key ingredient in making a good Caesar salad. Well, we can't do that in the sense that eggs under health code and whatnot, they're not allowed to be out of the shell longer than something like 36 hours or something. So it's like a day and a half. After that, if the egg is out of its shell, you can't use it. So therefore, we can't serve you that. Plus, you know, you're not cooking it. You are.
I think they need some spoons or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, here.
Oh, we got them.
Here you go.
Yeah.
We use mustard as our main ingredient to help bind it or emulsify the vinaigrette. As you can see, it's the basic acidity in it would be lemon juice and Worcestershire sauce, you know, and that's your base. You know, and then and then you go from there. So it's a nice. This one, like I said, be good for like a dinner party. Kimchi, folks ever had kimchi? Anybody know what kimchi is?
It's cabbage.
Yes, it's fermented cabbage, fermented
Korean.
Chinese cabbage, right? And well, anyway, but the whole idea of how they ferment it is the original way was to bury it in the ground
Yeah.
for about 6 feet into the ground and let it sit for 6 months, then dig it up, and hence kimchi. We don't do that anymore. No, we can't
Is that
do
what they're doing
anymore.
on number 14? Is
What?
that what they're doing on 14?
Yeah, maybe that's. No, we had a pipe issue out there. But anyway, so you know that is why kimchi is like we make it real simple now. It's basically a lot of heat, a lot of sweet, a lot of sugar. So a lot of sweet and hot is basically what I like to call it. And then you know you use a little bit of vinegar to kind of tone it down a little bit. So. But this is a very, very good recipe to try, like if you wanted to marinate some cabbage or whatnot, you know, so anyway. Well, anyway, I'd like to make just a basic vinaigrette with you folks. This one isn't even on the recipe book. I just kind of wanted to see it and just wanted to kind of do it one off the cuff that I used out of the garden here at the club. I don't know if you've noticed as you come in the clubhouse between the two buildings, we have a little herb garden set up over there, and these are everything that we're using in this vinaigrette here will be from the garden. So it's kind of neat. I thought it'd be kind of cool to just do one and kind of show you. This would be a basic vinaigrette. You know, from here you can add a lot of things to it. You could add roasted peppers to it. You could add tomatoes to it. You could use, maybe some sour cream to it to make a creamier dressing. So from this vinaigrette, you can stem out and do a lot of different things. So we would call this. We're just gonna. We make ours real quick and easy. You can do it, 100 different ways. You can do it in a mixing bowl, the old-fashioned way with a whisk, but we find this is to be just as quick and easy. And for demonstration purposes, it should be pretty good. So anyway, we're going to start off with about a tablespoon of garlic puree. And then about a tablespoon of shallot minced.
Yeah.
Okay, and then here I got minced chives from the garden. And this is oregano, parsley, and rosemary, just kind of all mixed together. Okay, then we're going to take just a hint of Dijon mustard. And this helps stabilize some things in there. Okay. And then we are going to take some truffle salt. This is a white truffle infused salt. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of pinch. I'll let you folks try this. Stuff is wild.
It's
Really, really good. Oh, I love it on steaks. And vinegar. So our acidity in this is gonna be vinegar with lemon, just a touch. And I'm going to go up to about, now if you figure on a basic vinaigrette, it's a 3-to-1 ratio. 3 parts fat or oil to 1 part acid, which would be lemon juice, tomato, vinegar, wine. Those are all acidic. So when you mix them fast together, they emulsify. So, and it's off of a 3-to-1 ratio. So if I have 3 cups of olive oil, I only need 1 cup of whatever acid I'd like to choose, whether it be lemon juice, champagne vinegar, rice vinegar, soy, any of that, if that makes any sense. So you can use that from 1,000 different ways and be creative from there. So anyway, we've got that in there, so I'm going to do about, just kind of cover this. So now I'm going to need, looking at this, I would need to multiply this by 3 to get where I need to be, right? So I'm just going to do this. Get a little space over here. This is the olive oil we're going to use. So at this point in time, we're just going to give it a quick little buzz. Alright, you see what we've kind of done is we mix everything together here real quick. Now watch, this is kind of neat. You know, it's kind of loose, it hasn't come together yet. Sorry for the deafening noise. But what we've got here is something really special. Now what I'm going to do with this beautiful vinaigrette we made here is, we've got this new thing at the club I'm trying to promote here, and it's called a superfood slaw. Okay, it's basically a slaw mix, or a coleslaw mix, consisting of kohlrabi, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and kale. So it's all like, you know, real power-packed veggies, you know. And here, this, I mean, the colors.
Wonderful.
I mean, it's just beautiful.
You would get it?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I wanted to try it then. It was well received. So, but this is kind of what it looks like. I'm going to make some up for you with this vinaigrette we just made.
Great.
And I just thought it was kind of neat, you know, and you know, kind of the trend and fad right now is the superfood stuff.
This is the second thing.
Um, Anyway, so we're just going to take a little bit of this. Just kind of shows you how quick and easy stuff can be. You know, this is like, you know, you ever hear the green goddess dressing? Okay, this is a version of that. You could call it that. This is maybe a little bit more. You just want it lightly coated. Because once it sits, it's going to weep out and it's going to get loose on you. It's going to pull all the juice from the vegetables out, or moisture from the vegetables.
Start this direction.
Yeah, I'm going to. We'll do this.
I'm gonna leave, but
I'll just come by. I'll just come by and I'll put a little pile on everybody's plate. How's that? Is that enough?
That's beautiful, yeah.
Want more?
You done with this one?
Oh, I had myself.
Yeah, sure.
Very much.
Oh, sure, it's my pleasure. Superfood slaw. I know, it's pretty cool, right? Sure. Good vinaigrette.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, so we learned how to make a vinaigrette and put it together, use it in a slaw. You know, another thing you can find if you really want to try this, I can get this for you. So I can, just let me know and we can order it for you.
It was Dijon mustard.
Yes, Dijon mustard.